be so heartless. Dropping N-bombs all over the place. This is SOS. I'm Squish. SOSReality. You got a nice juicy beer. What is it? I'm Squish. This is SOS. I'm Squish.
I'm Smitty.
Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Also leave a comment down below, even if we're
trash
on the yard.
What's my man's name? Morgan Wallens.
Morgan Wallen.
The song that he made, I believe, with Diplo, I enjoyed very much, but obviously he got caught on camera dropping N-bombs.
He said he's wasted on you. That's his song.
That's what he's wasted on you? Yeah. What you think about this, man?
Let them talk about it. We can make.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and play some beautiful bean footage, man.
Country music's biggest names are calling out the country singer after a video surfaced of him saying the N-word. On February 2nd, a video was published online, recorded by one of the Voice alum's neighbors, of Morgan using the racial slur during a night out in Nashville. Morgan later apologized for his actions in a statement to E! News. "I'm embarrassed and sorry. I used an unacceptable and inappropriate racial slur that I wish I could take back," he said at the time. "There are no excuses to use this type of language, ever. I want to sincerely apologize for using the word. I promise to do better." Following the backlash, country star Kelsey Ballerini took to Twitter to say the news out of Nashville tonight does not represent country music. Maren Morris replies to Kelsey's comments saying, "Yup, we'd be dropped, endorsements lost." In a follow-up tweet, Maren adds, "It actually is representative of our town because this isn't his first scuffle, and he just demolished a huge streaming record last month regardless. We all know it wasn't his first time using that word. We keep them rich and protected at all costs with no recourse. Yet the music industry does seem to be holding Morgan accountable." In a statement to E! News, a spokesperson for Country Music Television said, "After learning of Morgan Wallen's racial slur late last night, we are in the process of removing his appearances from all our platforms. We do not tolerate or condone words and actions that are in direct opposition to our core values that celebrate diversity, equity, and inclusion." Wendy Goldberg, iHeartMedia's Executive Vice President and Chief Communications Officer, added, "In light of Morgan Wallen's recent actions involving the use of a racial slur, we have made the decision to remove his music and content from our stations effective immediately." His record label, Big Loud, reveals they are also suspending Morgan's recording contract indefinitely. This is not the first time Morgan has received backlash for poor behavior in recent months. He lost his gig performing on Saturday Night Live in October 2020 after he was seen breaking COVID-19 protocol in TikTok videos of the artist partying maskless.
Crazy part, I actually kind of like some of the songs, but you dropping N-bombs everywhere. It's not a big surprise to me.
No, it's not. Okay, coming from the great city of Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Nashville, like y'all, because I used to live there one while. But
I just came back from Tennessee. I had a good time, but go ahead.
Yeah. So Morgan Wallen, if you don't know the history, they were just explaining it to you. He got into an incident with a African American individual. We don't know if it was a friend or somebody else at his home. It wasn't an altercation. We don't know whether it was sarcastic. When we watch the video, we'll leave it down in the description down below. But it was like,
yeah,
it's a regular talk.
Funny.
Yeah, it was kind of like regular talk.
He threw the P word in front of it. So, first of all, you don't need to be using the N-bomb.
Exactly.
That should be in vocabulary, whatever. But for a moment there, when I saw the video, I was trying to figure, was he being sarcastic or did he was trying to be, you know, some people try to be hip.
Yeah.
When he threw it, because he used the P word in front of it.
Yeah, PA.
EPA, N-bomb. So I'm like, was he being sarcastic or was he thinking he was hip and trying to insult him? Like, you know, it was a real weird one. But from Maren Morris, what she said, he throw around the word a lot. Yeah. So she know him probably better than we do, so she knows.
He said the GA part, not the ER, but the thing is that's confusing. Before that, the other dude was saying PAMF. PA mofo. So that's why when I looked at it, you can watch it on TMZ. When we looked at it, it's like, okay, first off, it don't seem, it's a racial slur, but it doesn't seem, it seems like a white guy trying to say something in a rap song.
That's what I was trying to
figure. It's kind of weird.
But that's why I say it's best to stay away from the word whatsoever, because even if, because, you know, everybody listens to hip hop, but even when you start throwing it around loosely, we don't know if you being funny or sarcastic.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know. And you know people to play with that word. If you let them.
Yep.
So that's why I say it's best to stay away from it. And like I said, this ain't even just an issue with him. You know, it's a lot of cultures that throw around the N-bomb. A lot. I heard the N-bomb every which direction from almost everybody now. That word is commonly used around a lot of people. Matter of fact, shout out to OD. We done had a few issues to where he done kind of told somebody like, yo, chill out. Stop dropping the N-bomb. And people look like, yeah, bro, you're not. Like, stop dropping the N-bomb, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to try to slide it in and see if you'll roll with it too.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's best to stay away from it, because I don't know when you just trying to be cool because you like rap music or when you trying to be funny, because people will play with it. You try to be funny. So, like I said, she called him out and said he throws the N-bomb out a lot. So
yeah. If you don't know about him, he the Saturday Night Live gig, that's for the COVID-19 breaking protocol. If you don't know nothing about Nashville is like Austin to Texas. Not as liberal, but it's a good party scene out there, and they have a lot of bars and stuff too. And of course, that's the country music capital of the world. So, but yeah, he was in Nashville, Tennessee when all this happened. The neighbors rolled the tape that night with the dude. Then they even rolled the tape the next morning when he got up leaving with a chick or whatever. So it was just a very weird situation personally to me, just different.
You know what's funny about derogatory terms? I openly admit this. Probably the only derogatory term in my vocabulary is the N-word that we off camera use with each other. And that's probably the only derogatory. I don't call people any other derogatory terms. It's really not in my vocabulary.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. It just with him, and he's up and coming too. He's probably a big time country singer. And now they talking about boycotting him. Who they talking about? CMC talking about they not going to show his videos no more, which that's a huge thing for them because that's country music. Also, they talking about they finna try to eliminate him from all platforms.
The cancel culture trying to come on pretty much.
Now, didn't you have a stat that like since this happened?
I was reading. Let me see if I can find it. But remember correctly, they were saying, okay, the radio's not playing him and trying to get rid of him, but his sales still went up. Yeah, it was something weird to where like the radio, even though the radio's not playing him, his streams or something went up. Yeah. It was something that was weird and awkward or whatever that I was reading.
Yeah, it just like they just sold up like 4 times as much since it's not on the radio.
Up. It shot up. I think it said something like 5,000, and then it went from 5,000 to 22,000. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna see if I can try to find it. But yeah, I was reading it was like his streams went up, even though the radio's kind of trying to cancel it. Well, Smitty, to tell you the truth, man, when you talk about this subject like that, how do you feel? Do you whether these people just be openly racist and get it out of the way to where we know you need to go on that side of the street and just don't deal with it instead of covert thing?
I always, me personally, I'd rather have it be overt than covert. Because covert is so, the thing about covert is, they can be cool with you and be PC around you, but then they'll get with someone else and just
a whole different side. Yeah, I've seen that place. Once again, like we live in Texas, so this type of culture is not. I hate to say it, man. It is part of Texas culture. Like we have to deal with kind of that. I think Tennessee kind of got an element similar to us.
They do.
To where, like I said, down south. But where, man, some of these people are kind of like covert racist. It's like they buddy with you, but. You know, behind closed doors, they're throwing around every N-bomb it is when you're not around. So that's why I say, I don't know, sometimes if I'd rather just to be just out in the open, just, hey, you don't like me, I don't like you, you can go to that side of the street, I can go over here.
Exactly. I think it's better like that. Now, it's even more covert northeast. It's even more covert northeast. But, down here, though, like I said, some of it's covert. We know spots that's overt. You in Texas, you're going to have spots that's over.
Oh, yeah, know that. Little small towns? Yeah.
Well, sundown towns? Yeah, for sure. But, we live in the city, so it's a
Do you hear what he call that, people? A sundown town. That means, lack of a better word, get your black ass out of there when the sun goes down.
Exactly. You don't want to stick around there. That's usually in East Texas, though.
Yeah.
Some are West Texas, but mainly East Texas.
I always remember, like, we shoot down to West Texas sometimes at Odessa area, and I remember we stopped in a little small town to grab some food. We walked right in. I saw the large Confederate flag. They turned around and looked at us like, why were we here? And we politely turned around and said, see you later. We good.
Yeah, it's real big. Like West Texas has some, but it's mainly East Texas. East Texas got a whole bunch. I mean, it's ridiculous. Even though there's a lot of black people in East Texas.
Yeah, and you know what? It's crazy to me to have somebody kind of really just like be angry at you for existing. That's it's a very weird feeling. Maybe an inhumane feeling though. It's very weird feeling for somebody to be angry at you just for showing up, just walking in. You ain't said nothing to them, pissed them off or nothing. You just what you doing in here, boy? Whoa. Okay. You know what I'm doing? Leaving. I'm not black ass not gonna stay nowhere where you don't want my black ass at. I'm good.
well, I will say this though, like with Tennessee, when I lived down there, Nashville was cool. If you go closer to, I want to say central Tennessee to west a little bit, and even a little bit further east and down south. Matter of fact, when you're going towards Georgia, towards Chattanooga in Tennessee, that's when it gets real bad. Kind of.
I always, and it's probably a horrible joke, but did you ever see when I cracked the joke about on a scale of 1 to 10 how racist is Texas?
Oh yeah, we right at 10, man. You know that.
No, we ain't no 10, bro.
Yeah, we pretty high.
No, man. Mississippi?
Whoa, we ain't on Mississippi. we
about a 5.
But you wanna know why we have more cities?
Okay.
Yeah,
but man, I was looking at the little Morgan Freeman thing where, bro, they still was having segregated proms. Nah, we ain't.
No. Wait. On the scale of 1 to 10, we're around 7 or 8. Because
I think that's too high. I think about 5.
Nah, you go to Cali, Illinois, different places. Now, even though, this is the crazy part. Even though Indiana in southern Illinois is very racist.
Which is very cool. When I found out like the Klan was like real deep in Indiana, that blew my mind. I would never think that. I'm like, really? In Indiana?
Yeah. So, it's kind of quiet as kept. Some of Midwest is very, very just like the down south.
We ain't whining. We just openly talking about this stuff, man. This stuff really does exist, whether people want to admit it or not. Like I said.
Because you got Mississippi, Alabama, and the Gulf of where New Orleans is at, they call it the Gulf, whatever. Right by Mississippi, when you got Mississippi and New Orleans right there, you got that little southern Gulf right there.
I just shot down in Louisiana too. I had a good time, man. They cook Louisiana.
Yeah, they do.
It was some good cooking in Louisiana. But yeah, I came back from shot through Tennessee or whatever. Seemed pretty cool, calm, quiet place. But like I say, Texas with different trees. That's kind of the vibe I kind of got from it. I did want to go to Nashville. I didn't get to stop.
Nashville's lit.
I'm going back and I'm going to Nashville. I'm gonna go there one time.
Nashville is alright.
I'm gonna check it out.
I lived there for 2 years, and yes, you always get a thumbs up from me, Nashville.
But I did like the song, bro. But obviously you don't like black people, so I guess I can't like that song no more, man.
You can pull the Elvis on you.
One of his breakdowns on there, but
you know what Elvis said.
What?
Even though he grew up with us, all you can do is buy my records. Elvis Presley.
He jacked somebody's whole style. But we ain't gonna go on there. This is SOS Some Squish.
I'm Smitty.
Please hit the like and subscribe button.
Also leave a comment down below, even if we're
trash
on to y'all.
And people, can we please take it easy on the N-word, man? Please.
Hey, y'all doing too much.
Yeah, y'all doing too much. Take it easy on the N-word, man. I tell them what's the biggest argument we always say? I say, look at it like the B-word with women. Women throw around the B-word to each other all the time. That's the way they relate to each other.
Yeah, we just can't say
that. I can't say that. And walking in and just throwing that around, they slap me in my face. So it's something they use to relate to each other. That's something that black people do use to relate to each other. Not giving an excuse. I guess you can say we shouldn't be using the N-word, period. But we do. Is what it is. This is our reality.
Y'all have a good one.